My husband likes to do different kinds of workouts than I like to do. I like taking classes, I like Pilates, I like hot yoga. I guess it's girl stuff. And he is more into running or CrossFit, but I want to do things with him. Any suggestions on exercise types that would make us both feel like we got what we were looking for in a workout?
Oh boy. This.
And I don't you must have this with Brandy, right?
Oh my God, Brandy, Lily loves classes.
Mhm.
Clementine is my one homie who just wants to lift weights. And it's tough because she wants me just to tell her how to build her butt, and I'm like, I don't have a butt. I don't know. Clearly, nothing I'm doing is create like my butt is almost inverted, and I don't know where she got the butt she has. But she wants to go to the gym and do like RDLs and hip thrusts every day. And I'm like, have fun, but at least she's lifting weights in the gym with me, you know?
Yeah.
I so know this. Brandy wants to do classes. Brandy loves classes. And I've tried to do a couple classes with her. Classes are really hard. They're just not what I do. And
Mm-mm.
so I go in like this wussy chick stuff with, you know, kind of running and like 10-pound weights. And then you're like dying. You're fucking dying. I did Pilates with her once and I couldn't walk for 2 days. Um, it was hard. It was really
Mhm.
hard. In my defense, I did it on it after I'd done a leg workout that day. And then the teacher was like, "You're a big, strong man. I'm going to put extra rubber bands." And then it was just really hard. So I don't, I mean, like off the top of my head, nothing pops to mind because I have hated going to classes with my wife too. But you know what we do like to do? We like to ride bikes together, and that's exercise. But I have not liked a single class. And then when I was racing and riding bikes so much, I took her to spinning class and she hated that. I used to go to a spinning class and be really into it. And she came once and hated it and was like, that's not fun spinning. Those people are angry and the music is loud and it's all screaming. And this was like, could have doubled as an AA meeting. There was a spinning class in LA and it was all sober folks and it was like rockery type people. Everybody was head to toe tattoos other than me, and I knew them all from AA meetings, and like it was fun for me like to go in and do this class with them, and Brandy just hated it. And then I went to Soul Cycle with her once and I hated that, you know,
Mhm.
weights while you're riding a bike, little dumb 2-pound weights. And yet you pick up these 2-pound weights and put them over your head and suddenly your heart rate skyrockets and you think you're dying. I don't know. This is a problem in my life too. Please, if you find some class, tell me because I would love to go to a class with my wife or my kid, Lily, who loves classes too and enjoy a class together. I would love that. I've tried very hard and there's not one that sticks out in my head of like, oh yeah, we both enjoyed that. I've derailed Brandy from classes too. She started this kind of odd super Christian CrossFit group that she was in and she was telling me about it and I was like, oh, I'll come with you. And I went to one class and like hurt my leg because I had to be the asshole that when they did back squats I was like, I'm going to do more than everybody, and like was doing them too fast and then was like, I'm hurt, I'm not going back. And she was like, well, I'm not going back either if you're not going back. And I was like, but this is your class, I just came for one. And so I don't know. I don't know. I wish I had some way to direct you. Riding bikes, that's fun. Going on walks, that's fun. um I really do enjoy those things with my wife.
Yeah. And I know you don't mean that the class was weird because it was super Christian. I think you mean it was
Well,
a weird.
listen, when you're doing your stretching at the end and it becomes a sermon, I found it to be a little weird.
Oh,
You
okay.
know,
Got what you're saying.
it's for
Yeah.
to each his own. I'm not knocking Christians at all. I'm just saying I
Yeah.
wasn't prepared for that
In
in
your
the
workout.
CrossFit class, but I did find it to be kind of odd.
Okay. Got it. I was just clarifying. Yeah. Or trying to clarify, but I get what you mean.
Yeah, no,
I
listen, if there's a bunch of Christians working out, that's completely fine. But when it becomes like now we're going to talk about God while you stretch, I was just like, I don't know that we understand God in the same way.
Right.
I derive my understanding of God through Maimonides. And like, it's not like a dude to me, and
Mhm.
you're talking about God like with a personality. And I don't know that I see God that way.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean now. I just wanted to clarify for, I guess, yeah, the wider group.
Yes, no, there's no offense to Christians, and I support it. If you want a Christian CrossFit group, I think that sounds radical, and you should do that. And I fully am on board with people doing a sermon while you stretch, if that's why you're there. I will say, I did walk out and say to Brandy, so like, are we Christians now? Like, are you Christian? Like, this is your class. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, he was reading from a Bible while we stretched. And she was like, oh, I never paid attention to that. But to me, so maybe Brandy's a Christian. I don't know.
And you don't know it. I actually went to that class with her. So I know exactly the class you mean.
Yeah. And it was a
Yeah.
great
It was
class.
a great workout. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah.
God. Now I sound like I'm bigoted. I'm not bigoted. I love
No,
Christians.
I know you're not. That's why I wanted to say it, just because at the quick glance, one might think, but I know you're not.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, right.
Hey, wait, in fairness, I also think I've been to some yoga classes that are weird too when they start using a bunch of words I don't understand about spirits and Vinashnu and all this stuff where it's like, okay, I didn't realize we were doing a Hindu class. My religious stuff, I'm not going to the gym for that.